Push me into the ground.
What's going on, everyone? Sauce Weekend here today. We're reacting to what's been happening with the Tyre Nichols peaceful protests, right? I'm gonna just call it protesting. There's nothing peaceful about that. If you can see from the intro, there was nothing peaceful about what was going on. And before I go in, I want to give my thoughts. I'm not here condoning the police beatings of this man. It wasn't justified. Obviously, the police were wrong in this situation, but also Tyre Nichols as well, because end of the day, there's a common pattern I've been noticing with all this police brutality instances, is that the perpetrator or whoever they're trying to get always resist.
Lay down! Please stay on the ground! I think tase you! Get on the ground! One! Now!
All right, okay.
Turn your bitch ass right back. Break your shit.
Okay, dude, damn.
Turn the fuck around. Put your fucking hands on your back. Bitch, put your hands on your back.
Okay, stop.
I'm gonna knock your ass the fuck out.
You guys are really doing a lot right now.
And they don't resist like, oh, no, I'm not. No, they physically resist, making their jobs harder to do, right? And in my view, if you make anyone's job harder to do, they're not going to give you the best treatment.
Nope.
They're not. That's just common sense. That's reality. It's not like, oh, the officers should have done this, should have done that. What is? They're human just like you are human, right? And if someone's sitting here disrespecting you, not complying with you, not letting you do your job, you're going to be more frustrated. Aren't you going to be more frustrated? And if you're more frustrated, more emotional, you're going to tend to lash out. And that's what I believe happened with this beating. But it be your own, right? How many times I sit here, conservatives, black conservatives especially, come out and says black on black crime is a big issue. And you see how they viciously beat this guy. If you seen the video, it ain't nice to watch. I can't even put the video on YouTube because they'll strike my channel down if I put that video up. But you guys can find it. They mercilessly. I never seen all the instances of white cops doing police brutality on black folk. I never see white folks ravage them this hard. The worst is they shoot you, they put a knee on you, whatever. But it's like subtle, like, hey, I'm just trying to restrain you. These dudes look like they just took out their frustration on this man. And this is how he ended up dying. But that's just me watching the video. I'm going to get into the news, and I hope you guys bear with me. Let's get into it. So body cam footage released showing that Tyre Nichols, and I hope I'm saying this right because I've been trying to, for some reason, all the news coverage, they've not been saying this guy's name, so I've been having a hard time pronouncing it. Body cam footage was released Friday evening, allegedly showing the interactions between former Memphis police officers and Tyre Nichols that allegedly led to his death. Following the release of the footage, multiple news outlets reported that a group of protesters had marched on I-55 bridge, blocking all lanes of approximately 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The Memphis Police Department issued a warning on Twitter to avoid the area if possible. Here's the Memphis Police. And it's funny. I don't know. Maybe someone can let me know in the comment section. But isn't it Memphis like a big black area, like a big black population, right? And there's a pattern I've been noticing. Minnesota, where George Floyd ended up getting killed, right? All black, run by black people, and black people still sit here and say it's white supremacy. It's white. It's how white supremacy. There should be no narrative about police brutality being solely based on racism in this conversation. To me, the conservative view of this thing seems to be more accurate of what's going on or what's the actual core issue of the problem is the comply or die situation. And that's the reality. And I don't want to hear anyone saying, how dare you? End of the day, when you're interacting with police, they have authority. And it seemed like there's this lack of respect for authority that seems to be in our black culture. Like, oh, we stand up to the man, F the police. This thing is not conducive to black men and police, regardless of their skin color, because I don't believe in identity politics. You can brub me, I don't care. it doesn't conduce them to have a positive or neutral interaction. It's always going to be a heated, very confrontational, very aggressive, very violent interaction. Because the culture, black culture, teaches black men, oh, F the police. We don't comply with police. We come from fatherless homes. 70% of the black community comes from fatherless homes. A father teaches you how to respect authority and how to operate with authority. Right? Black men don't have that in there, and most black men don't have that in their household. Thank God I did. I grew up in a single mother household, but my dad, my mom co-parented as much as they can, and my dad always taught me, hey man, you gotta know what's in your control and what's not in your control. If you get stopped by police, that's not you only can focus on what's in your control, and what's in your control is how you respond to the police. That's it. Because the police don't pull you over for no reason. You may not like the reason why the police pull you over, but the police didn't pull you over for no reason. You always did something to invite them into your life. So my dad was like, hey, when you get stopped by someone with authority, you treat them with respect. And actually, you treat anybody with respect. You can't just diss them because you think you're better than them. And that's what's going on here. You got black people get mad when they get stopped. But did you know statistically, black people are more likely to get stopped for speeding than other groups of people? Because we end up, I ain't gonna hold you. We drive fast, even me. I don't know how many tickets I got. My mom, my wife's like, why you always speed? I said, I don't know. It's just I see space. I want to drive, right? And I don't get mad when the police pull me over and they're like, here's your speeding ticket. I said, yeah, I did that. I did that, so I accept it. I accept that I did something wrong, but what I mostly see is they stop you, and then the black person want to act out. Like I don't understand where we get this from, and I think it's this lack of an authority figure in the black community that's causing all these issues, and why most of these interactions seem to always be a particular way. It always ends in a particular way, right? But hey, let's continue into the article. 5 former Memphis police officers were arrested and charged in connection to the incident of their alleged involvement in the death of the 29-year-old male who died earlier this month in a hospital days after the confrontation. Rest in peace. Nichols died of January 10th, 3 days after the Memphis police pulled him over in a traffic stop. Local media reported Nichols and the 5 former police officers involved are black on black crime. But you know, when black people, like, this is my thing. In all other cases, people will be like, oh, it's so sad this happened, and move on. That's how it usually happens with black on black crime. When gangs shooting in the air and a stray bullet kill a 7-year-old black girl, they go, oh my God, I'm so sorry. But there's no protest, there's no marching, whatever. Many of these people, black people, have a police officer uniform on. Okay, now you want to go protest, bruh. And I don't get this hatred for police, bro. Like, no one's perfect. Anything a human is involved in, there's some level of corruption or some mishap will happen. Because humans make mistakes. We ain't no perfect human. And to try to hold police to a higher standard. Sure, yes, they're in a position of authority. I understand that. But you have to understand, too, that it's a two-way street. If I go to a retail store and I'm getting the cashier attitude, I wouldn't expect the cashier to give me the best customer service, right? It's the same situation here. All I see is, hey, we just want to blame the system. But you don't want to see, okay, what part did I play into it? Because at the end of the day, when you're in an interaction, when you're in a dynamic, it's 50-50. You contributed to it, and then they just respond. It's just, they do something, you respond. Cause and effect. But it seems like we lack that in the black community. And I think this is a symptom of a major problem in our community, and that's fatherless homes. Like I'm always going to say, my dad made me understand, hey, there's people who have authority over you, and you have to work within that. You can't just go out and do your own thing because society has law and order. And if you don't follow the rules, you can't play the game, right? If you go play basketball and you don't follow the rules of the game, no one wants to play with you. You can't just blame, oh, why you guys don't want to play with me? They say, no, every time you get the ball, you travel and you never want, and you argue with us every time we call you out on it. No one's going to play with you. It's the same dynamic here. Black people need to understand that in their areas, they're going to have higher interaction with police because their areas tend to have more crime. It's nothing to do with race. And I'm not going to buy no white supremacy, none of this BS. Because this is not white supremacy. It's just, hey, something got to give here. Either black, and my view is, black people, we need to focus on what we can control. We got to look inward. Stop looking outward. We've been doing that all our lives. All the protests. All the protests have been happening lately. It's we blaming the system, blaming the system, blaming the system. They pass laws, blaming the system. And y'all still suffering the same problems that what happened 3 years ago. Majority black county again. Atlanta, it doesn't matter. Every time y'all resist arrest, something bad happens. And instead of learning from it, y'all just gonna be like, no, I should be able to do what I want to do. I should be able to resist arrest. I should be able to question authority, make their jobs harder, and they're supposed to treat me with kid gloves. Bruh. That's not realistic. You ain't gonna go to someone, slap them, and then expect them not to try to fight you. That's retarded. But hey, I digress. Let's get back into it. Authorities stopped Nichols on January 7th for reckless driving. Bruh. I haven't seen I just saw videos, but shit, reckless driving. Hey, like I said, police don't stop y'all for no reason. If you don't want to see the cops, mitigate risk. Try to do as least, like, drive in the work within the rules. You can't be going like driving 80 on a 50 a speed limit with 50 miles per hour, and then you get surprised when you get pulled over by the cops. Like, you should only know, hey, I'm breaking the law here. So if the police stop me, I get what I deserve. But black people, it seems like a lot of black men don't think that way. They just think, oh, why are you stopping me? I'm just driving. But you breaking the law. Come on, man. Like, you guys can't sit here and say, oh, there should be no reason. Like, y'all gonna act like the police rolled up on this guy. He was just walking, minding his business, and they beat him. That's how y'all gonna try to frame it. That's how they're trying to frame the narrative. People want to come here all emotional.
How dare you?
Saying, "Oh, Kenny, you just trying to justify what happened to him." I'm not. I'm telling you the reality. The reality of the situation is he had his part to play until how this turned so bad, right? And you can't say it's racism because this was 5 people that look just like him. Like I always say, as a black man in this country, the ones I have to look out for is not no white guy. It's another black man. Because statistically, I'm more likely to die at the hands of a black man than a white cop. But y'all want to say, oh, it's a civil rights, my butt. I sit here all day and tell you, hey, it's the black community. We need to change. It's on us. Because at the end of the day, we can't sit here and expect other people to do something that's in our best interest. We can sit here complaining we've been complaining for years. 50 years we've been complaining. That it's everyone else's fault. It's outward problems. It's outward factors. When we're gonna start looking at it and be like, yo, it's inward. Now we gotta fix. We gotta make an adjustment on our part. You can't run the same offense year after year after year and not expect the defenses to demand change. Like the defense is gonna call it, say, oh, we know what you're doing. Boom, got you. Eventually, you gotta look and be like, damn, it's unfair that the defense keep running the same play because you keep running the same play. So the same result is gonna keep happening. I don't get this, bro. This is insanity at this point. Y'all protest, y'all destroy property, and y'all end up repeating the cycle again. Y'all make your communities poor because businesses see you living in a community majority black is dangerous because y'all any little thing y'all gonna go on an emotional tantrum, destroy the area because y'all don't think logically, y'all don't think slow, y'all think fast, y'all just react, and then next you know long-term pain. Now businesses don't want to move into your neighborhood, then you're gonna say it's racism. When it was caused by your very same actions, how y'all responded. The gods choose what happened to you. You only can choose how you respond. You think Martin Luther King would appreciate you guys reacting like this? No. Y'all not creating any type of contrast at all. Y'all just acting out emotionally. A lot of people, a lot of disingenuous people are using this as a front to commit any kind of type of crimes they want. No one else is holding them accountable. It seems like there's a lack of accountability that's going on with these protesters. There's no vision. There's no goal with this stuff. It's just react, destroy, rob, loot for selfish gain. That's what it seems like to me. And I don't care, bro.
How dare you?
I don't care about how y'all feel about the situation. This is reality. Y'all got no strategy behind y'all protest. Y'all protest is just for selfish fulfillment, self-indulgence. Oh, I want a Gucci bag today. Oh, this happened. Okay, I can get that Gucci bag for free now because I could use this as a pretext. I could use this event as an excuse to go and cause violence and riots and destroy property. And then when these same businesses don't want to come and invest in your community anymore, you're going to say it's racism. Bro, people can't win. This is why the black community is starting to get this reputation as being cry bullies. Y'all can sit there, cry, and complain, but y'all ain't doing anything on your part to fix it. It's a two-way street. Conservatives, that's how we think. It's a two-way street. You want change? Are you changing anything?
Nope.
You just want to be able to react like an emotional child and not be held accountable. That's what it seems like to me. But I ramble too much, man. Like it's starting to annoy me what's going on here. I can feel sympathy for him. Yes, I understand the situation, but looking at it logically, what are we gonna learn from this? Nothing. All people learn from this is every time this happens, it's an excuse to go and destroy property, go and riot, go and protest when y'all not protesting nothing because y'all don't know the vision. Y'all don't have no solutions. Y'all not for anything. And then y'all got people on the other side, the Democrats, giving y'all all a bunch of excuses, bunch of solutions that ain't gonna work. Taking the police out is only gonna cause more of these problems to happen. Police are understaffed. Come on. But man, I'm talking too much. Let's get back into the news. Police told local media that during the stop, confrontation occurred. Like, come on. I already explained. I don't need to go into it. At which point, Nichols ran away from police on foot as they attempted to apprehend him. You think police gonna be happy that you ran from him? I can imagine it now. When someone does something, I'm like, yo, I'm trying to talk to you, and you walk away from them, you're gonna get a positive reaction or a negative. I'm just saying, but we need to take some accountability, personal responsibility. That's where I'm at. Extreme ownership. The fault may not be 100% with Tyre Nichols, but it's at least 50% because look how he chose to respond. You did something bad. You broke the law, reckless driving. You got confronted. The response was on his court. What'd he do? He run. Now you're making these people do their job harder, and you know policemen are not the most fittest. Especially if it's 5 and they're not the most fittest. They're going to be mad that you made them run. So, while attempting to take the suspect into custody, another confrontation occurred. However, the suspect was ultimately apprehended, the MPD said. Afterwards, the suspect complained of having shortness of breath, at which point an ambulance was called to the scene. He pulled a George Floyd. That's just my take, guys. You don't have to take this seriously. After officials released the 4 videos, I'm not going to watch the videos because I'm gonna get copyrighted for doing it. Officer Thaddeus Bean, Demetrius Haley, Emmett Martin III, Desmond Mills Jr., and Justin Smith has been charged with 2 counts of official misconduct. Local media reported with 1 count of official oppression. That's a law now? Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, it falls. 2nd-degree murder, aggravated assault, act in concert, and 2 counts of aggravated kidnapping. I thought they were making an arrest. How is that a kidnapping? But let's see. Nicole's mother, Rovell Wells, told CNN on Friday that those who protest her son's death should not riot because this is not what her son would have wanted. I don't want us burning up our cities. See, and there's always the old heads that make sense, bro. Like, she understands, yo, this is not going to be productive. Y'all gonna do a short-term fulfillment. Oh my God, I got to do all this stuff. I got to vent out my frustration. I get to take out all my emotional tirade on the city. And then long-term, when there's no investment in the city, y'all crying, oh my God, no one wants to invest here. We can't live here. Government save us. When you contributed to putting yourself up in that. It's like you played yourself. Like DJ Khaled said, y'all played yourselves. And that's mostly how these protests end up being. Tearing up the streets because there's not what my son stood for. Well said. And if you guys are here for me and Tyre, then you will protest peacefully. And as you see in the intro, they didn't. When my husband and I got to the hospital and I saw my son, he was already gone. Will said they had beaten him to a pulp. Black men did this. Don't sit here and say police brutality, police brutality. End of the day, corruption has no race. Corruption has no gender. Corruption is a human thing. This is the flaw of human nature. Y'all need to accept that. That's reality. Y'all need to accept that. Black people, y'all can't sit here and hold people to a higher standard than if I put y'all in the same situation. You trying to do your job. Making it harder for you to do your job, right? And then he runs. You're not going to treat him the best. It's rare y'all going to treat him the best. That's what I'm saying. The odds are not in your favor to just be like, oh, I'm not going to do that to him. He had bruises all over him. His head was swollen like a watermelon. Goddamn. His neck was busting because of the swelling. They broke his neck. My son's nose, oh my God, looks like a S, she said. They actually just beat the crap out of him. And also, when I saw that, I knew my son was gone. And the end, even if he did live, he would have been a vegetable. Oh my God. condolences to my to the Nichols family, man. I'm just saying that our culture contributed a lot into this, man. And then the 5 black officers, I know 3 of those counts that was listed out in the earlier video, they're guilty of it, for sure. But we got to stop making this like a race thing. It ain't a race thing. It ain't white supremacy. It ain't the system. It's just 2 wrongs end up creating a bigger wrong. Wrong exponential. I just think if Tyree, just reacted differently, this wouldn't have come to this, right? That's the reality. Look, I don't control what happens. I just report what I see, how I see it. I call it how I see it. Y'all can agree. Y'all can agree. Y'all can disagree. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter to me. I just want to hear your guys' perspective on this. Let me know what your thoughts are in the video. Let me know how you guys are reacting to this situation. Let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in our next one. Peace.